Ready to go when you are, baby.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight
Podcast.
Nerd! Nerd!
Entering the ring at this time, your tag team champions of the podcast world, Howard Farewell. But we're just waiting for the wheels to fall off. Yes, 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 yes. Get rid of your six-sided ring array. Josh Rivera.
God does not want this podcast to happen.
You happy I brought my shovel to bury this segment?
What station is it again? Who gives a fuck?
Yabba dabba, shut the fuck up.
The World Heavyweight Podcast. Welcome, everybody. A very special edition. You can bring the volume down on that a little bit there over there, Harrington. Hey, no, it's fine. It's our first ever video episode, so I'm really not complaining. The fact that we have cameras that work and that are on and filming. Welcome to the World Heavyweight Podcast. Like I said, a special WrestleMania edition with live and in video for the first time ever. Sitting across from me, you may know him from another show I worked on, Say It Ain't Snow, the wonderful, hilarious. You can see him. Where are you this evening? Or where can people see you?
Man, I'm a be bouncing around. I'll be at the Upper West Side all weekend. West Side Comedy Club, stand-up New York. Probably at bars at the Upper West Side.
The great James L Mattern.
Hey, man. What up, baby?
How have you been? I haven't seen you since we did Say It Ain't Snow.
So weird as I was coming up here to do another show, and you looked at me like you were seeing a mirage in the desert.
Because it's New York City, and I don't know if it's just you or,
There's 30 million doppelgangers to everyone here, yes. And it's tough to say hello and not look like an asshole.
Yeah. And you don't want that person to be a psychopath and punch you in the face or something.
Yeah.
But it's WrestleMania week. Are you excited?
I am.
Oh, by the way, at the WHPC on Twitter, Facebook.com, World Heavyweight Podcast, thewhpc.podbean.com. So if you're hearing this on iTunes or wherever you are, pause and follow us on at the WHPC on Twitter and figure out how you can actually see this happening right before your very eyes. So are you excited about WrestleMania?
I am.
Because I know there's some people out there, some negative Nancys that are just, it's not going to be. And they're just like, oh, the build's terrible. I hate this. And it's WrestleMania. It's
WrestleMania. So beyond anything else, if let's just say the card doesn't matter. The card's not. Right. Just forget about it. The card is put together wonderfully. Mm-hmm. It's one of those days of the year where I get together with a small collection of friends.
Yeah, we're doing.
And I eat 7,000 calories.
When do you start? At like noon and just keep on going throughout the night?
It all depends on how much damage I do to myself Saturday and if I get up and if I can get to the gym. It's all that. And then I might eat something clean if I get to the gym. And then, so I've ordered, this is how much I care.
You're already like 3 steps ahead of me because I'm not going to the gym and I'm not eating anything clean. I'm going to play wiffle ball and get hammered.
Well, wiffle ball sounds great. Maybe I'll go to your neck of the woods. I ordered, so I can't, since I have no access to like a Walmart or that, I can't find, so my nickname for like Super Bowl parties and any of these things is the Minister of Snacks. I need to do this. This is
cheese plate and sausage and stuff.
No, I just more like bullshitties, like candy and man. I've thrown some.
Or like
baby, goldfish. I make guacamole.
So you're just the snack aisle of the grocery store?
Dude, gummy bears coming out of nowhere. You don't know what I'm going to do.
Bodega ones or the Haribo?
Dude, real ones.
Okay.
High end, all right? We do it correct. Cookies. So I've ordered red vines in the big tin. Like I have 3 pounds of red vines coming from Amazon. What is the matter with me?
Pounds of red vines. Where do you order 3 pounds of red
Amazon,
vines
dog.
Just like is it like the cheese ball bucket?
It's like that big thing with the hood. And then I told my female roommate, the civilian, I go, it's gonna come before WrestleMania. Yeah. You're gonna have to hide these. You're gonna have to hide these because I love licorice. I'm an addict. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to wait till the day. So I'm like, You're going to hide them. You eat as much as you want because I don't think you can eat 2.5 pounds.
Right.
And so have fun with it. And don't, unless I have a valid point, unless I'm looking mad skinny and I make you look and I'm like 172 on the scale.
You've been starved for 4 days and you need something in your body, sort of thing.
If I'm that skinny already, then we can start. But I don't think we'll get there. So I'm hiding that. I'm gonna get some those frosted animal cookies with the
Frosted?
sprinkles. Those shits. Oh, buddy.
I don't know which ones you're talking about here.
I won't poop correct for 3 weeks and it'll be delightful. So despite
You might go into diabetic shock.
great, we're all gonna die soon enough. So that alone's good. I like the card quite a bit. The 3 main events that'll probably be
Billboard.
I'm not
pooping,
crazy
so-
about, so I might tune out towards the end.
Yeah.
But there's enough stuff that I
want.
want to see, and there is some intrigue. So
Well, that's the thing. Everybody gets focused on. It's like, oh, they're doing Roman again. I'm like, I think, yeah, of course they're doing Roman again. Because Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar looks really great on a sign to people that don't normally watch pro wrestling.
can't close it though.
It,
Can't close it.
yeah.
He's gonna get booed again, and you
Yeah,
also
because he's gonna win.
Lesnar's leaving.
Oh yeah.
So
Thank
guess
God.
what? WrestleMania 20 again.
Yeah.
WrestleMania. So you're setting it up to boo Lesnar. So maybe they're hoping the hate towards Lesnar
Is overriding the hate for Roman.
will make people go over for Roman. I still think it'll backfire.
I'll cheer him because he's the good guy at this point anyway. But at the same time, I'm glad that this is just look. We'll get this over with. Roman will have the title. We'll actually see it every week, which will be great.
Let him do it, and if
And
the
then-
ratings really tank, then they make a
but
move.
You give him. You can even have him lose it the next night to Finn Balor or something like that.
That ain't happening.
Crazy shit happens. The night after Raw or the Raw after Mania anyway. So I mean, just the fact we're gonna have a Universal Champion by the end of WrestleMania that's gonna actually be on the damn show every so often.
Well, I don't think it needs to be though. I like that argument. Like if we're gonna make it legit. Well, back in the day, the champs didn't show up all the time.
True.
It should mean something, and that would help elevate the secondary titles to mean more.
But it shouldn't be gone the way Brock has been gone.
It's
it's been a long time. He's had the title for a year.
God, and
He's had the title for a year.
this
I'm just
belt
done.
is ridiculous, to be quite blunt.
Yeah.
The fact that the first champion got injured in the match that he wanted,
Yeah.
and that they gave it to Owens, and
Which
has
is good.
Owens lose to a 75-year-old
Yeah.
guy who never could
The
wrestle.
Goldberg thing kind of fucked everything
I
up
hate
a
it.
little bit.
Never drank that Kool-Aid, Papa.
You too. I've never been a Goldberg guy.
Oh my goodness, bless it. He's another guy who became a better talker after wrestling, which is hilarious, and then comes back to wrestling, cuts horrible promos again. Somewhat better. I said, God bless the guy. I bet he's a cool hang. I bet he's
Yeah,
a
he's
great
probably a
beer,
great dude.
great guy to drink a beer too.
He's got an amazing car collection too.
Yeah, he seems
he's
cool.
got like 37,000 cars.
Yeah, he seems cool, but I used to tell my buddies like, the spear was sloppy half the time, the jackknife was sloppy, and he struggled to say who's next. That's his. I used to joke because somebody's like, next who? I mean, whoops. Like it's so ridiculous, and I'm like, oh, this guy's who you want?
Yeah.
30 seconds and then a bad promo, but because he can snarl, he looks cool. Also,
I hated him at the time because I
Yeah.
remember because I've always been a WWF guy. Like
Okay.
I just always was. It was always on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
It always was the Saturday Challenge. I remember seeing like the Papa Shango Ultimate Warrior thing and freaking the fuck out
Yeah, that
because I
was
thought he was possessed.
wild, yeah.
And then like I thought the Undertaker died on my not the Undertaker.
Jesus.
Undertaker killed the Ultimate Warrior when he locked him in the casket. I was freaking out at home. But then WCW came around in the 90s and I'm like, yeah, I don't really care, but Austin and The Rock are over here. Let me go watch that shit. And like Goldberg never did just doesn't do anything for me. Like I don't need another big guy that's gonna, especially when he came back and you're only gonna be here for 6 months. Like Kevin Owens is an awesome champ right now. Do we have to lose this? Do we really have to drop this right now?
Yeah, I didn't like that, and it's all to set up Lesnar getting the belt so he can be on
Hang on
television
to it for a year.
3 times. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the part that kills me. It's that it's been a year and not even anybody has kind of sniffed at it. Samoa Joe, I think, was the closest.
Well, I mean, they kind of flirted with making you think Braun could win it.
Yeah. I'm still frustrated.
Eventually, he's gonna get the belt.
I hope so. I
So
really
maybe
hope so.
Roman, he gets the belt and he sits on it for a year and he doesn't
Wow,
get
I hope
fully
he
over
doesn't.
as a face and people get
Year's a
angry
long
and it
time to
sets
have it
up
again.
Braun and Roman at next year's Mania and then we can just swipe this under the carpet.
That's a long time, sir.
But that's how they book.
Not for well, I don't think
They
Roman,
had
you
this.
think Roman's gonna hang on to it for a year?
They had this match written. I already heard about this a year ago.
Yeah, everybody did.
This match a year ago. A year.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I was going to be disappointed for a year. A year disappointment. That's like, and I didn't like last year's Mania. I thought last year's Mania was
This was
we had
all right.
2 good ones in a row,
Yeah.
2 whack ones in a
Last
row.
one was all right.
And
it was
so-
long as fuck.
It's like another bad Christmas, and your dad has already said, look, money's going to be shit next year. You're not getting any of the Transformers you want. Hope you like generic GoBots, not even GoBots, the
GoBots.
generic ones.
Oh, the bodega
Or like
dollar
Guy
store
Bots
ones.
or whatever they
Like
were.
the Power Rangers that have the wrong colors and the wrong shapes
Yes.
and stuff on them.
Yeah, so so have fun. That's cool. You're getting it. Aren't you excited? No, dog. I didn't want them. I've been telling you for years I don't want them.
It's like a forest green ranger. It's not even the same shade of color.
Yeah. So let me say this. I am the change that I want to be. Meltzer says it. If you don't like Roman, don't boo him.
Right.
Get up in the arena and go get a hot dog.
Yeah.
Turn off the TV when he's on. I barely watch weekly now because I
It's
just
tough.
can't do it with
It's
him.
tough.
I can't, and I'm sure he's a good dude and he puts on good matches. But the fact that it's too much damage, he came back. They gave him the push and made him not what we liked about him initially.
Right, exactly.
He tried too hard. He's too stiff on the mic. I don't like his moveset. I'll say it. I don't care.
To me, that's a legitimate complaint. 'Cause that's why I didn't like Goldberg, is because I didn't really like his moveset. That's why I don't like some big guys in general. Because I don't like the moveset of a big guy. That doesn't mean I'm into lucha stuff all the time or just like nothing but the Young Bucks. And if they're not super kicking it, no.
Sure, buddy.
But if your guy moves, like, I don't like Titus. I love Titus O'Neil the person, but the wrestler and his moveset is clunky as fuck, and I don't really like it that much.
He looks like a broken Terminator. it should be.
Right.
It's his It's great dad of the year, right?
Yeah.
Buys homeless people meals.
Yeah.
What a great human being.
But the personality on the guy, like if he's given the chance, he's hilarious, and he's exuding charisma. There's a reason he still has a job, but I mean, like, I just don't like what he does in the ring sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it just is what it is. But I mean, that's at least a valid complaint, because most people just kind of regurgitate the same shit that they've heard somebody say on the internet somewhere, which is why I was kind of getting pissed at my buddy Josh the other day.
Yeah.
It's like, we were talking about the stuff that's happening with the Bullet Club in New Japan, because they've been building this story. In 3 weeks, they've had 3 New Japan or Ring of Honor style shows, or whichever company was doing it, and they all have had something to do with Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi, where they had to fight each other in some way, shape, or form before we get to Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega at Supercard of Honor on Saturday.
Yes, huge.
And people are saying, oh, well, there's no story in New Japan. I'm like, you guys are out of your fucking mind, and you obviously don't watch. Because if you watch, it's been some of the most engaging storytelling I've seen in any promotion ever.
Yeah, I don't get to watch them nearly enough.
It's tough.
Yeah, I want to one day get their channel.
It's good.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Oh, I wish I could get access. I like what
Access
I see
is
them.
tough too, some places.
And their storytelling is interesting because you also, a lot of the dudes don't speak the native tongue. It's interesting, and that doesn't set them back like it does here.
The neat thing about Japan is that they treat it as if it's a real sport.
Yeah.
So when you get those storylines with like football every week, it's like, oh well, they're coming off a 3-game loss, and is Tom Brady going to be able to shake off his injury that he's had? All of that storytelling that we hear in UFC, in MMA, and all that, pro sports.
Yes.
They take that and build it into a pro wrestling storyline to get you more engaged in the whole thing. Like Tanahashi in the last tournament had a torn bicep, and they just kept everybody in the tournament was targeting his arm, and they were building that story. Will Tana be able to survive? And he would lose some, and he would win some, but eventually somebody finally put him down because of the arm injury hurt. Like, they do stuff that they make that's real to them,
Which is old school.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. It's kind of what they're doing. Have you heard what they're doing with the NWA title?
No, I know they're doing it like on the internet.
Yeah.
And I also, Billy Corgan once again with some comments trying to ruin my youth. Just trying to ruin my.
Which ones were they? I don't usually pay attention.
Just
to all
some of
that
his
stuff anymore.
politicking, and then says
Okay.
that he's this big heel, and then he's tweaking people with his statements. So what did the 30 minutes before you just said that not mean anything? It's like just relax. Just run your mythical company that once was something. And how about giving credit to the bass player and the guitar player of your band in the 90s? For crying out loud.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
That being said, I reached out to Dave Lagana like 2 years ago because I heard him on Jim Ross's, and I'm like, hey, man, I would love to work for you guys. And he's like, well, I can't reiterate, this is not a wrestling thing. We'll be in touch. And he's very mythical. Like, it was almost like he was cutting like a Raven-type promo in the 90s. Never heard nothing. Big shock. Every once in a while, I'll get like a mass, like one of his email shouts or whatever those are called. Blasts.
Yeah. That's what they are. Yeah.
Shouts. Stupid.
But what they're doing
Tell me about the NWA.
They're doing the old school style because there's so many indie promotions out there that want to make a couple extra bucks. So it behooves everybody to maybe get on the bandwagon to put the NWA title over a bit. So Magnus, who was the guy's name in Impact, I forget, it's Nick Aldis, I think is his name now.
And I believe he's with our girl.
I don't know who that.
What's her name? Boy, this is a great job. Way to kill the momentum. No, Mickie James. I believe that.
Oh, I don't know.
I believe they got a kid together.
I have no idea. You could be right. I'm not going to fact check it.
Yeah, who cares anymore?
But they're doing the old.
What's the guy's name?
Magnus. Magnus or Nick Aldis. But he's running around the way Ric Flair would with the NWA title, where because there are so many of these smaller promotions, you just bring the NWA title around and say, who's your best shot? Come at the champ.
Well, that's cool. And it is like a new territory era.
Yeah.
And people are making livings. It's not quite the same. But it is interesting. With the internet and that, small indie wrestling can be profitable in a small way. Guys can make a living. Some companies are doing okay. Yeah. Indies. It's very interesting. It's crazy where it's almost like 80s punk and hardcore.
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier today.
Or metal now, in a sense.
Yeah, where it's just like going to a DIY punk show in some places where it's just a VFW hall. There's a couple of monitors, sell some wristbands at the door, don't sell booze, play your ass off.
And you don't need to be an arena. But what the Bucks and Cody's going to try and do is interesting.
Yeah, because it's the first time that a couple of talent have decided to just try and do it on their own.
Yeah.
Where it's always been some sort of promoter doing all the other stuff, but they're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're taking all of the liability, which is scary as fuck. Yeah, but they're gonna sell that place.
They're gonna do great.
So Aldis and fellow wrestler Mickie James welcomed their first child, a boy named Patrick Aldis, into the world on September 25th, 2014. They were married on New Year's Eve, 2015.
Thank you, Harrington.
Yes,
yeah. Thank you, my friend.
Good for him, because Mickie James is amazing.
It's beautiful.
Like, good Lord. Her and Alexa Bliss coming out the other day. Good. Yeah, exactly.
We could go deep. Go deep, baby.
Oh,
Blue 57. Blue 29.
She's what, like 40 something?
She's my age, baby.
Lord.
Yeah, she's about my age.
I saw her when she was on her started the comeback run in Chicago when she did something for Shimmer. We're sitting there like, God damn it, that's still Mickie James. Holy shit.
A little younger than me. God bless her. Look at that.
Not too much older than I am. Holy shit. And I look like a fucking piece of garbage.
Oh, come on, Papa.
Are you interested in trying to check out some of the other wrestling shows that are happening this weekend? You got anything on your radar?
Yeah, I would like to. I would love to see that Ring of Honor card. I really wish I would have went to New Orleans. I know it's going to be in New York next year, and my boy Shuli and I are already talking about doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we should get together. We're probably going to do all the indie shows.
We're going to go to stuff. We're going to probably try and book like a wrestling show, and then everything else we're going to fan out, and we're going to do stuff. And
because WrestleCon's usually the big thing.
Yeah,
if you want to meet a bunch of wrestlers that aren't WWE stars, WrestleCon.
Oh, that'd be fun.
If you want to do the other ones, which is just like we did it one year in Dallas.
Yeah,
where we went to the the Evolve, whatever that group is called, WWN or something like that, and they rent out a building, and from noon to like 2 a.m. it's just wrestling show.
Love it.
So you see the guys like Zack Sabre Jr. and Matt Riddle and all those guys just and then you have these funny ones like Janela Spring Break or Kaiju Big Battle.
Yeah.
Kaiju Big Battle is just a B movie in front of you, live action,
and that's great.
Like
wrestling can be a bunch of things.
Monsters
That's the beauty
picking up paper mache buildings and beating like a giant waffle coming out, fighting bananas. It's crazy.
I'm all in.
Yo, thank you. Yeah, the first one I went to, so fucking drunk,
of course,
so ridiculous. It was the best thing ever.
Yo, do you remember in the early 2000s? ISW out of San Francisco, insanely strange wrestling. So there's these zine magazines I used to mess with.
Right.
There's one called While You Were Sleeping.
Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna name a zine magazine, do it over a corny Sandra Bullock blockbuster. Let's do that, huh? And so they had XPW, those crazy jokers. They had CZW, all them, and then they had ISW, and I heard about them. And
CZW does the WrestleCon show.
Yeah, and they go nuts.
Oh,
And
Matt Tremont is a fucking savage.
That Vice thing on them, those nuts.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
Man, I think getting buried alive in an actual backyard, a little dramatic, but we could do.
Yeah.
A little much. But ISW, they had like crazy politically incorrect characters. There was like a mask guy, El Homo Loco, which you could not do now. And they do it at the Fillmore in San Francisco, and they did the Warped Tour. And we went and
Really?
hung out, and it was great fun.
I remember hearing that pro wrestling had been on Warped Tour, but I never knew what like promotion or anything it did. It's one of those festivals that I know I should have gone to over the years, but never went to.
Sometimes they're great. I mean, it just depends. Like, I don't like a lot of like the modern pop punk.
Right.
But this show, I mean, we wanted to see. Let's see, Cool Keith was on it, the rapper.
Oh, okay.
From Dr. Octagon. That guy's nuts. Rancid, who is outstanding live.
Yeah, they're still fucking killing it. Dude.
They're great live.
They're doing a festival with no FX or something
Yeah.
like that. Like my friends coming to camp out where they do like they're doing the Juggalo spot.
I think it's Drunk in Public.
Yeah,
or Punk and
Punk
Drublic.
yeah. And the lineup looks pretty ridiculous. But
Yeah,
it's
it'll be
one of those
fun.
things. But yeah, I think it's gonna be like DEF CON 4 at our place.
So you're nonstop this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Nothing
it's
else.
It's gonna start tomorrow night.
You're just locking yourself in.
Yeah, we're gonna lock in the door. We're gonna invite everybody over. If you want to come over, you want to
I
get booze
appreciate
up and
that.
stuff like
I
that.
appreciate
Yeah, you come. Like you want to watch any independent wrestling. We're gonna be at the fucking Nerd Cave watching it.
Well, I'll be. This was the weird thing being a comic, earning cash. I took Sunday off, but
Just for
then Saturday NXT, man.
That's the thing. That's what it's gonna be because I have the Honor Club for Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
because that's the only way you're able to watch the Supercard one if you're not there. So $10, I get to see, Omega, and yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna have like a screen over here with NXT and a screen over here with fucking Ring of Honor, just pretty much like Harrington is over here. It's just gonna be like 4 dudes just fucking watching nerd wrestling all fucking weekend.
Just don't mean to interrupt, man. How do you not have a screen in the middle live streaming a pod the entire time you're doing this?
We probably should do something like that on Twitch or something, but we're not that funny sometimes.
Look at you.
We're a little too. If we get enough people, I'd be perfectly fine to do that. I would absolutely do that.
Harrington, if this was The Godfather, you would be Tessio, because Tessio was always smarter. I thought it'd be Clemenza. No, Tessio. It's a smart move. He was always smarter.
I have no idea where I was going to go there.
Real quick,
Real
I just
quick,
thought of
sure.
an idea.
What's that?
That's my indie wrestling I'm going to create. I'm going to create a whole indie wrestling company where it's phony mafia. So guys get whacked. We have mob bat. We'll have like 5 families, 5 factions. Anyone rips this off, I'm not big enough to fight half of you guys, but I'll figure it out. The Mafia Wrestling Federation, I just thought of this off doing a stupid Godfather reference, would be the greatest. They represent.
Or they could just, because everybody just does the factions. They only do the one faction of Italian guys.
We do
or
5 different factions, and we can even have, hey, we come from Buffalo. Like, yeah, we got the Montreal dudes. It could never
Spanish
end.
gang too. You
And
can
then
do
if-
everything, yeah.
You could have a
No, yeah, you can do
Yakuza,
everything.
and storylines could be drug deals, whores, someone who has FU money who's bored.
Right.
You don't want to do this. You don't want to. You don't want to
you know
come
what?
and invest with the kid and this brain that I have. Let's go, baby.
Millions of ideas. Nobody's taking you up on them. It's a
Including
shot.
myself, because I'll just go to bed later or get drunk. But the Mafia Wrestling, the MWF, but no, not Federation. Mafia Wrestling Faction. Boop, 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 boop.
Boo, boo, boo.
Come on, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna go tell Ralph and Gomez.
We'll
and
put it on the network.
we want gas.
We'll run out of the creek in the cave.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. They got that stairwell that we could be jumping off.
Right.
This would be the greatest.
You throw somebody down the stairs and That's how they're out.
New Jack is the Black Godfather. You Italians ain't taking over nothing. And then actual guys go to the hospital. This is the best.
He'll actually kill somebody. That was the fucking problem.
Unbelievable. He's gotten nuttier as he's gotten older, huh?
He was on Skanks telling some stories. What is it, last year before?
Yeah.
That are just mind-bogglingly crazy.
I'm petrified to even make eye contact with the guy.
Yeah, he is a notorious problem.
He was dating Bootsy Collins' daughter for years, apparently. I mean, I would love to see family outings. We're the great bass player, one of my mentors when I play bass. So, New Jack, any plans to marry my daughter? And he's crossing his fingers underneath for a no.
Please no.
Like, this is insane. Pass the mashed potatoes. Like, I mean, this is crazy.
It's.
And then he's with Terry Runnels. Come on.
Yeah, there's if you see some of the U-shoot stories, holy fuck, man.
Harrington woke up right there, huh, Pop?
Dude, if
baby.
in your spare time, there's some of those shoot promos that they do. New Jack has got a notoriously funny hoe bag segment that they do, where they go into the bag and they see which of these ladies were. Yeah, it's a great bit. It's incredibly funny.
New Jack
doesn't give a fuck.
Of course he doesn't.
So he tells all of those stories.
It's incredible.
New Jack, if you're listening, get ready. Your email is going to start popping as we ask you to come in to be the Godfather.
I'm trying to find it. This picture actually was in like an IWP or like one of those wrestling magazines,
yeah, right?
And I pulled it out. It was on top of my bed from when I was like 10 to 19.
Lots of dirty sock laundry was created because of Terry Runnels.
Terry Runnels is my number one all time.
Yeah, she's great. I think she has a podcast.
I was always Lita. Lita was usually for me.
Really?
Yeah.
More than
Lita
Trish?
Did it for me. Yeah.
Like all my boys were Trish.
Trish is because I think it's just because everything was kind of a little bit fake on Trish.
That's fair.
I'm not a fan of. Lita always did it for me. The tattoos and the rock thing. Yeah, I was always
Lita,
way more about.
Bless her heart. I liked Molly Holly.
Yeah, great.
Why? Because why not? Because I'm different, boys.
You gotta live on
different.
the edge.
That's me. Left of the dial, yo.
So, WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, buddy.
What do you? I'm assuming Shinsuke AJ is the most look forward to for you, right?
Yes and no.
How much time? I have no idea how long we've been going so far. Anyway, are we even close to done? We're like 20 minutes.
You're like 30.
Oh, cool.
All right,
great.
So
plenty of time still.
Okay.
I'm usually always feeling like I'm under the gun for shit.
No, baby, we good. Okay, so Shinsuke and AJ, if they give him time, I don't know how great AJ's leg is, so that's gonna be interesting, right? So, of course, I'm gonna tell you right now, what I've liked of the last few weeks on television is Daniel Bryan. You forget how much
Oh my God.
he was effective in that role, and now that he can wrestle, you can actually. It's like we were advancing the ball, but we knew we couldn't go in the end zone,
right?
And now we know we can go in the end zone.
Right.
And so
that's the perfect analogy because we just we're pushing that always down the line. We're like, this is never going to happen, though. So why are you teasing me?
It felt like empty calories.
Exactly.
But now we're getting a full meal.
Oh, it's so good.
So he is so great. They need to be very careful, in my opinion, and what do I know, on where they place that match. And honestly, once again, where they place Roman and Brock. I think there is a chance of if you put this match too early. Then Roman and Brock later, and
Roman and Brock's going to be later in general, but I think AJ Shinsuke would probably be like that halfway point.
That's it. But I'm saying
put it right in the middle.
Daniel Bryan, though, to me, you could close with this. I know it's not. This is a big story and a card full of big stories. I know it's either going to be Undertaker, Cena.
Do you think
Roman, Brock, or the mixed match nonsense?
Do you think we're even getting it? Because there's no reason for me to believe that we're even going to get that now. Now that he did, look. That's the shocker of the week. Yeah. Undertaker didn't show up anywhere. And you're just going to tell me the Undertaker's just going to surprise I have a match at WrestleMania today?
Well, this is weird. Then they built it. Could he possibly be Braun's tag team partner?
That would be ridiculous. Like, I would pop for it and be like, what the fuck? But does that mean he's coming around for a little bit?
And then set up like him and Braun versus Cena and someone, and then maybe put the tag belts on Cena for a minute?
That wouldn't make sense to have him be Braun's partner if he's doing a Cena thing. I don't know. That feels like we're getting convoluted now.
Buddy, I mean, who knows what's going on there?
Yeah,
this is all convoluted.
Exactly. Well, it's pro wrestling, so
Yeah, it's about.
I don't know, but that's my thing. It's like speaking of just kicking something down the road. I thought we were getting Undertaker on SmackDown at least or something. Like he shows up as American. Maybe that's what he does. Like during the Kid Rock performance or something, he just shows up as American. That I feel like a cringe from over that side of the room as soon as I said that.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
Not a fan of the American Badass.
Michigan, if you vote him in, I'm gonna tell you right now, you could pay me $8 million. I ain't doing a goddamn show there, Pop. That clown.
I think that came out as just being just like a stage performance thing. The one.
He's gonna get crushed.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna get booed at the Hall of Fame.
Probably.
Not even a chance.
No,
Wrestling
I think
fans are a little more progressive than people give credit for because there is more of a nerd culture too.
Oh,
That's something I
for
was going to
sure.
bring up on Hammer Fisting when we debated versus UFC versus WWE. And one of the differences, wrestling fans are more of the fantasy and we've been goofballs and outsiders our whole life.
Right.
So that's an aspect to it. And here's Kid Rock, mainstream as can be.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're not going to make this political. But real quick, boy, really had fun co-oping black culture for a long time. And then poor white culture made you more money as you got older. And you just really forgot where you came from on the way you talk. So it's okay. Sooner or later, God cuts you down. That's one of your fake heroes. Johnny Cash sang that, sir. All right. Sorry, guys. I get a little fired
No,
up.
it's fine. I don't care. Feel free to
He
vent
just
about
ripped
whatever
off
you want.
songs, too. It's sick.
Yeah, I hate the Metallica thing that he does.
It's so easy to just take Sad But True
yeah.
and just say you could read your grocery list that your girlfriend sent you to. I need eggs and bacon, but it's a hit. It's Sad But True. Just do any Metallica song. When they started doing lesser song, like not 35-minute opuses,
right,
because they were trying to impress Yngwie Malmsteen and Stravinsky, which I can't enunciate. Any of those risks, and just talk about your day. Woke up late. It works as a rap song. Bravo, genius.
And what's the other one he does? He does the Skynyrd song too.
Oh.
That was terrible. I hate that.
We've been trying different things. We've been smoking funny things.
Well,
Making love out by the lake to our favorite song.
Oh, that's right. That's it. I thought it was the Sheryl Crow song.
Oh, there's that too. It's Sweet Child of Mine, right?
No, picture.
Oh, whatever. I want to throw a chair through the jukebox every time I hear that come on in a bar. I hate that.
You love Kid Rock?
Oh, get out of here
Boy, I'm
right
glad
now.
I did that promo on you.
Good.
Would you vote for him? You would vote for Kid Rock.
Get the fuck out of this room right now.
They elected Jesse Ventura.
They certainly did, sir.
Let's not.
Well, come
kid
on.
ourselves.
Jesse Ventura cuts a great promo.
Let's not. And Kid Rock doesn't.
That was in Minnesota.
WWE Hall of Famer Kid Rock doesn't know how to cut a promo.
Future Hall of Famer still.
Yeah.
I'm
If
sure
they
he can hire
didn't
some
take
good writers.
Trump out, they're not taking Kid Rock out. Like, he's in there. There's no way you're stopping him from getting in there. Kid Rock is the American badass.
Well, I think they think. Well, this
No,
is
that's
gonna
the
change.
Undertaker, sir. Correction. The American badass is the Undertaker.
Well, who co-opted what?
From the years of 2000.
Who co-opted what? Because I'm pretty sure that Harley and that American flag bandana came way after Kid Rock gave him the entrance music. It wasn't one versus the other.
Let's talk about if the Hall of Fame wants to be legitimate, and I'll piggyback and I'll give sources to the people who said these. I'm not original in these thoughts, but these are valid thoughts that I've heard on podcasts. Conrad Thompson, Matt Love, says it's crazy. Kid Rock, Celebrity Wing Hall of Fame. Cyndi Lauper isn't.
Yeah, that I don't understand how Cyndi Lauper can't get.
Because she's not like hot shit now. In there,
so what?
To
It's
that
Cyndi
audience.
fucking
Yes.
Lauper.
And
If it wasn't for Cyndi Lauper, you wouldn't have WrestleMania 30 whatever.
to the truth, and Cornette, God bless him, has been saying that Andy Kaufman, without a question, should be if they're going to do a Celebrity Wing.
Yeah.
And remember, since they own everything, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's people who've never wrestled a minute in the WWE.
Oh, yeah. Drew Carey's in there.
Yeah, no, but there's people in the territory days who are in who never worked for him. Jimmy Garvin never worked for him.
Yeah, and there's only a couple of them. Did I fuck this
I
up?
don't know if Bockwinkel ever wrestled for him.
I don't know. I'm not a historian. I got out for a while too because
we all do. We all go in and out, buddy.
What the Ronda Rousey thing too. Thoughts? Ideas? You hot about it? Do you care? Do you want her to win?
It's
Can
a
you
smart
stand her?
business move.
Oh, it's a brilliant business move.
It's going to do great business. She's still getting over in live audiences for now. They will probably turn on her in a couple months.
Yeah, I hope so.
And then she can be a natural heel or get Heyman, and then
everybody always puts the Heyman one out there. I think, yeah, she needs somebody to talk.
She needs
a
a
lot of
mouthpiece.
people need her to get people to talk for her.
She needs a mouthpiece. For some reason, she's struggling with the line. You don't get a feel what her character is. She's a natural heel, so when she cooks on that, it's good. But they want her to be a baby face, which they should right now.
Yeah, she's just an eyeball magnet at this point.
Huge, yes.
That's the one thing that this WrestleMania definitely does is it uses those eyeball magnets like Ronda and Brock and all the other. But if you look down the rest of the card,
It's a good wrestling card.
it's
It's a very good wrestling card.
It's like, oh, no suit. There's only one Triple H match, and he's in the eyeball match.
Yes.
There's no, oh, what is this random guy doing here that hasn't been relevant in this company for X amount of years, taking away from a Finn Balor Miz Rollins match.
Great match. The U.S. title match is interesting.
Yeah, finally interesting. I really hope they give it to Rusev.
Crowd will go banana.
Bananas.
Go banana. I like it as a tribute to Pat Patterson. Oh, they go banana, Vince. Oh, the crowd, banana. If I do Montreal again this summer, I am hunting Pat Patterson down all over the bars on St. Catherine Street because he's like in his 80s and still drinks all day, it sounds
that's
like.
awesome.
I will hunt him down. Me and McIntosh have sworn if we go again to JFL, we are hunting him down and we will day drink with him. And just every once in a while,
Just
go,
have to
oh,
film
we're
it."
going banana.
Yeah, we're fucking talking about if the U.S. title goes to Rusev, that building will lose their fucking shit.
Really great.
The Rusev chance that we'll get on Tuesday, off the wall. It'll tear down the fucking building.
He's naturally got himself over. That's the brass ring.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Let's run with these guys.
I want silly face Rusev, and just do the things that you do. Like he's doing it right now. Really, he's kind of just being a goofy bad guy. But like, they come out in the Speedo like you do on Total Divas and stuff, like you're mowing the lawn. Just be Rusev. Rusev's fucking hilarious.
He's a fun dude. They have fun on Twitter.
Oh,
Him and
so
Lana.
much fun.
They he's an interesting dude, man,
Yeah.
and you could really do things with him. I think they've squandered him for years. Man, he was so. Remember, he's the guy that Roman
in on a
Reigns technically
tank.
beat
Yeah,
in that, and that he's someone that we thought could have won a Rumble those first couple years.
yeah.
And he looked really good, man.
He certainly did, sir.
And he's gotten over. So just once again, develop these young guys. There
it's
is
so good.
talented dudes. Just let them go.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Another match. How about the women's match? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
scared that
lot of women's
Carmella.
matches.
I'm scared Carmella's going to cash in and take away from. To me, Asuka
yeah,
and
me
Charlotte's
too.
type of match. That if you were going to have women headline, they're probably a year away. But this is a great match. You let them go. That's a match to sit back and chill.
That's interesting. How you think they're only a year away from headlining a Mania with women?
If Ronda can really get over and get good in the ring, this is a big if. If she can stay on this level as a star, her versus Charlotte, yeah, buddy, that's a money match.
Yeah,
Charlotte
absolutely.
is now already
Absolutely.
treated as pure royalty, and even though she's way better as a heel, she's acceptable enough as a babyface. And who knows, Asuka is just this badass who tweener is.
You want to talk about needing a mouthpiece? I want Asuka to have a mouthpiece. Let her talk Japanese, but let somebody be like a little side translator or something like that.
Would be great.
Because that goes back to the New Japan thing. I mentioned it earlier this week when we did the episode with my buddy Josh. Is that if you watch the YouTube for New Japan, they have subtitles.
Oh yeah,
so you see these promos from a guy like Suzuki or Okada, and you're like, "Fuck, that's awesome!" And it sounds great in Japanese, and I know what it's being said. Do the same for Asuka. Give Asuka subtitles. Give him the goofy fucking text that we have to deal with every week on fucking TV. The little like every 3 seconds, I'm
That's
gonna
funny.
go boom, boom, boom from on the screen.
I like that, but I still think one of the best pops she's gotten so far was when she showed up at SmackDown this week against Charlotte,
Right.
and finally, because I was scared she really wasn't getting over,
Okay.
and I think she is, and I think people are excited about that matchup, and I'm scared it'll be diluted with Carmella, who's worked her ass off to become a good wrestler. God bless her. I don't know if I need her as the champion yet, but whatever.
I kind of half want to see her cash in, and I half want to just let Asuka have it for 2 years. Like I want her to go undefeated for like 5 years at this point. Like I just want her to never lose.
Yeah, and I also would not mind if they built that feud for a while and gave them like a cage match or something real, no rules, something like that. Those two could go on forever, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and then how do you feel about Sasha and Bailey not getting on the show, other than that Rumble thing?
Well, they will be the big thing in the Battle Royal, man, and that'll be great to watch.
Actually, put the Royal over for once, maybe.
Yeah, and you know what's great? They're gonna finally. They're trying their best to really develop the women. It's been a slow roll, but now you might get where it's gonna be dual brand pay-per-views, but the 2 matches on there might just not be the 2 belts on the match.
Right. It'll be one this month, and the next month the other one.
Well, no, but they also might have 3-4 women's match. Like Bailey and Sasha is going to be a huge grudge match.
Absolutely.
That will deserve time at a minor pay-per-view.
It could. It feels like that's going to be a big SummerSlam match.
Could be, yeah, and it'd be great. And they're trying to develop with all these other ladies they have with these factions and that. Some of these girls are not there yet.
Yeah.
But you could be there. I mean, Mandy Rose gets a little better in the ring. She has star written all over her.
I wish we just knew what the verdict was with Paige.
She's done. She's overcooked steak, baby.
But that's the thing. We don't really
She's trying to be the mouthpiece.
Well, we don't necessarily have a confirm on whether that's the case or whether she's donezo or not.
I don't think they want the casual fan to know that. They want you to think she's going to.
Obviously.
And they're going to keep her. And they
because she's.
Well, you cut her loose. You cut her loose right now?
Oh, boy.
God. I know people are teasing her, giving her body issues nonsense.
That's
guys,
so stupid.
She's still the hottest woman you'll ever see. Yeah. But also, we kind of know why she was pretty skinny. If you have a brain, if you've seen things, you know why she's gotten skinny. It's okay if she gets a little bit of weight on her. She looks wonderful.
She's amazing.
Let her become a healthy human being right now.
Fuck you for treating somebody like that.
Yes, someone who has a problem is fixing it, and you're going to try and body shame.
Yeah.
I made that mistake once. I complimented a girl back in the day because I could tell she looked. I told a girl she's looking good, like she put on weight. I did not realize. I meant like, hey, you're clean, and then she disappeared in the bathroom 8 minutes later. My bad, Carrie. I didn't do it last name, and no one.
But the women's division looks good. They're getting 4 matches on the biggest show of the year. When was the last time that
3
happened? Well, if you conclude the Battle Royal.
Well, no, it's the 3rd. No, but is Bailey and...
Well, women are being... So
I thought Bailey and Sasha were in the Battle Royal. I didn't think they had their own match.
You get 2 title matches, Bailey in the Battle Royal, and you throw Ronda.
Oh, Ronda they have. Okay.
Like
so
the women are featured very strongly in 4 matches
that
we normally...
Yeah.
It never happens.
No, it's great.
We always get like a 6-woman tag or like just throw the ladies at it. Fuck it. We don't have anything for them.
And I prefer... I really do. I like women's wrestlers and I like high flyers for the most part. Right. Even though they've done a good job of convincing me I should care about Elias and Braun, which is I didn't think so, and Rusev.
Rumor has it The Rock showing up to interrupt Elias.
Great.
I'm all in for Elias.
Well, actually, I just like Elias. I meant great. Like God bless The Rock. He does the same shtick. The only guy from back then who can come back and do the same exact shtick. I guess the Undertaker gets away with it. Stone Cold because it seems like it's real life. His podcast, it's not shtick. Jericho comes back initially, got those 3 weeks of grace of all the old things, and crowd turned on him. He had to reinvent.
And it was amazing.
And it was great.
It was probably my favorite Chris Jericho stuff
Outstanding work. Outstanding. It's the best segue you could do.
I'm just excited to get... I completely lost because I was going to say something about like The Rock coming back or the same shtick or some shit like that. I finally figured it because Elias. I've never wanted to both cheer and boo a man with equal velocity at the same time. Because in 1 minute, it's like, this guy's, oh, yeah, that's perfect. And then I just have to, he talks shit about me, boo the shit out of him.
And that's the fine line with him now, and he could really get stuck in shtickville.
But that's what I mean. It's great. It's like, because there's some people that I have a cathartic thing that I feel so much better now that I've booed at them. And he's one of those guys, but I also cheer the shtick.
But he's talented enough. I think if they tweak it a little to the left, could be really big and could be a legit champ in that.
He's huge right now.
He's great, but
he's got to win.
Well, that's a thing. But it's Yeah, it's an interesting thing with him. Everyone hated him. I saw him live at a house show before he was on TV at NXT. I hadn't gone to wrestling in years. I went with a bunch of comedians to Albany. I had a gig outside Albany the night before. I'm like, I'll meet you guys. Let's go. This is great. Got announced from Pittsburgh. Did the drifter bit with the guitar, and I'm there with the funny comedian Casey James Salongo, who's from Pittsburgh. Roots for everything Pittsburgh. He's like, he's making it real tough for me, guys. I can't root for this guy.
That's
and
what
who would
we
have thought
always
he got
loved
over?
about Corey. It's like he's from Pittsburgh, but we don't know him.
It's hilarious. Oh, God bless Corey.
He's everything a modern Bobby the Brain should be.
Bless him. Bless you, Corey.
But yeah, I thought I cut you off. And you
No, baby, I'm good. Just giving props to Corey. Follows me on Twitter. God bless.
I think that's good for you. I'm good if you are.
Buddy.
It sounds like it's a great. I've had a great time.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope you enjoy.
So where can people find you?
At James L Mattern. I think there's underscores at some places. You're adults. You can figure it out.
You're on the Instagram,
on the gram, on the Twits, on the Facebooks. But I need to do a fan page. But I just feel like
Facebook's kind of.
I don't want to go to fan page. To me, it just feels like, really,
Twitter.
That's what you're doing, a fan page. That's good.
Twitter and Instagram is where the kids are.
Ooh, the kiddies.
You do the Snapchats.
Come on, baby. I had an extra to talk me into that. I'm like, no, I pay taxes.
Well, you can follow us at the WHPC on all social media.
Yeah, baby.
Facebook.com/World Heavyweight Podcast. World Heavyweight, no, not World Heavyweight Podcast.podbean.com. The WHPC.com. I've been Howie Farrell. That's been James Mattern. I've had a great time. Thanks for stopping in.
Good to see you, baby.
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
fun.
We'll see you
do
later.
it again. Later.
Stadler?
Yeah, what?
Is that it?
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much.